Hello everyone, this is Garrett and this is Serious Sam 2 and we are about to do level 22, the Boneyard. This really is the most somber planet when it comes to the cutscenes, really.
Eliminate everyone on your way and get Klirovsky.
But we're just gonna eliminate everyone on our way and get Klirovsky. Starting off with a bunch more of these flying clears, which are always a pain in the butt, but we did just get a minigun, so it's probably for the best that we actually get around to actually using it. It's not super accurate, unfortunately. You do want to be pretty close to the enemy when you're firing, but it's good enough to get the job done, honestly. And we have so much ammo for it right now that we can pretty much just shoot at everything, especially the shamblers that are running around there, or the albinos, or whatever they're called. Shouldn't be a problem at all, but I'm going to switch out to the rocket launcher every now and again, just to take care of the ones that are on the floor. Because they are pretty easy to hit, you can just sort of shoot the floor around them, and that should be good enough. Though these guys don't really have that much health to begin with. A single shotgun shot is good enough to take care of them, so absolutely no problem at all. You gotta watch out for the shamblers a bit though, because they do carry around the Hellgirls, and they have ranged attacks as well. Plus they have sort of a homing effect as well, so a lot to look out for. But as long as you just keep moving, as is pretty much the tradition in this game, as long as you just keep moving, then usually you won't get hit too much. Just moving left and right is usually enough, to be perfectly honest. And these guys are having a hard time actually doing anything. They're flying around a lot, but they're very rarely actually attacking me for some reason. And I'm not 100% sure why that is, but if that's how they want to play it, then I'm not going to stop them. I'm just going to keep shooting these guys until they're all gone. Game just saved, so presumably I'm nearing either the next wave of enemies or we're nearly done. Most likely actually we're just nearly done because we have killed just about everything here. Now before we continue in that direction, we could go up there. There's some points over there, but we are not interested in such shenanigans. We're actually going to go over here. There have been more of these little crevices in the previous level, but this is the only one you can actually break. And inside the secret area is a bunch of ammo, and there is a treasure chest. And when you pick up the treasure chest, it spawns this person. And I'm gonna just shoot as many rockets as possible because I don't really want to walk back here. And we might as well just use a whole bunch of rockets to take care of her as quickly as possible, because she can deal quite a bit of damage from that range. She was so close to us that it was just a bit too scary for me. But moving on, we are going to spawn a bunch more stuff. There's a couple of places where using a serious bomb is actually a very viable option. I don't think I would do it in this part in particular, but there's a couple battles coming up where a serious bomb really does make things a lot easier. But again, for the sake of this playthrough, I will only use it when it becomes a necessary thing as some sort of a panic button. And I'm hoping that's not going to be necessary anytime soon. Until then, we're just going to shoot rockets in that direction. These guys are actually smart enough to scatter out a bit before they actually run towards us again. But if you just run far enough back, then usually they will stop caring about the scattering thing and just go back into running into a straight line again. So all in all, there's not really that much to worry about. I am mostly just running back because of that rocket launcher dude in the back over there, that red biomechanoid. Although now that we have the minigun, it is a lot more of a viable option to actually shoot down the missiles as they're flying towards us. But as long as we don't fire at him, it takes a while before he actually starts shooting at us. So I'm mostly just focusing down to clear, but once he starts making that noise, it means that he's seen us. And that means that he's going to shoot rockets towards us. And as you can see, there he goes. And I'm going to try to shoot the rockets he shoots towards us, but I unfortunately failed. But I had been shooting him for a while and he just ended up being dead. And there's actually plenty of health over there anyway. And there's enough armor to fill us up back to just about maximum, I think. I think this is a 100 armor power up, judging from the shield. And indeed it is. And our ammo is looking fantastic. We are completely filled up on minigun ammo again because we left that ammo pack over there. And our rockets aren't too bad either, and everything else is just completely filled up right now. So we are doing pretty well. Now as we move over here, there's a red biomechanoid on top of that platform, and I'm going to take care of him first because otherwise he becomes a problem. And he very, very slowly moves on top of that platform that moves all the way over there or something like that, but I'm not going to wait for that. Now this place is a bit odd because there's a wall over there. And the way that these little caves work is that you're technically out of bounds, which means that those guys can actually just go and shoot through the wall, which looks kind of silly, honestly. Like, you can just see them go through there. And you want to be careful with that because they do just shoot quite a lot of bullets, and considering you can't actually see them at all, that is a bit of a problem. So I'm just going to shoot a bunch of rockets in this direction. And if you are far enough away, usually they'll actually just walk out of their little cave normally. But if you walk too far forward, they will just start shooting you through the wall. And eventually they'll come to you. But the problem is you can't actually hit them while they're behind that wall. You can only shoot outside. You cannot actually shoot inside unless you shoot through the little hole over there. So obviously you want to be a little bit careful there. Taking care of the red dudes first because they are scarier. And with the grenades, I can take care of a lot of the little ones anyway. So I might as well just focus down the big ones while the grenades take care of all the little ones. Because the big ones aren't actually moving towards us again. They're just standing still in a fixed position, which makes them not very scary, honestly. They're not a scary force to deal with. And we're just going to sit here for a while. The minigun is just so good for this situation. And everything died very quickly there. And opens up the pathway to the next area. Before we go there, though, there is a letter S written out with rocks over here. And if you shoot them,
Secret has been discovered.
it spawns a whole bunch of health power-ups in the shape of a letter S, which is kind of neat. That one's actually really hard to find if you're not looking for it, because it is not obvious. And next to that, I've had a couple times where I did actually hit all rocks, and it just didn't spawn. I had to just randomly shoot the wall a couple times, and then suddenly it worked. Like, I don't know how that one sometimes breaks, but sometimes it does. And I'm also not really sure why I went out of my way to grab that armor over there, but I just sort of mindlessly ran there. But we are going to continue onto that platform which spawned in the little cutscene. And I don't think there's anything here I actually want, no. So try not to fall in the lava. As I said, in all the levels in this planet so far, the lava hurts a lot. As you can see, didn't mean to use that example right there, but oh well, whatever. Watch out for this guy. He's a scary force. I'm actually not immediately going to jump. If I remember that this was a thing, I would have just jumped immediately, but they do sink quite quickly. And I'd rather start running without it being too scary. The moment you land on this platform, spawns a couple of these guys, but again, they're not scary. And we can go bowling with our brand new cannon, which also spawns a health power-up, an armor power-up, and an ammo power-up, which is fantastic. Now, as you can probably imagine from this cutscene over here, it's not a bad idea to use a serious bomb here. It's very, very good, actually. And even more so in, like, after killing those guys, it's going to be a part where it's good again. But, again, I want to do this the way that the level design, I don't know, which I'm sure someone intended. And I'm just going to do it by standing up here and shooting cannonballs. The thing is, if you move far enough forward, eventually the floor will, like, make a wall behind you, and that's bad. So I'm just going to do it like this. Take care of all these guys without any real problems here. And I think I actually had some trouble moving backwards, so I thought there was already a wall behind me, but there wasn't. I'm not sure if a single shot isn't actually good enough. It might be this difficulty that's causing that, but you need slightly more than a single shot to take care of them. But having killed those guys, I moved forward, and that's the wall I was talking about. That is a scary wall when there's suddenly 5 of those guys shooting at you. Especially since they don't die in a single shot either. And now we just have to make sure we don't die. It is kind of good to try and keep as many cannonballs as possible for the next level. because I'm pretty sure the next level doesn't have any of them, and for the next level it's actually really useful to have cannonballs. But if you don't, it's not impossible, but I do think cannonballs make the next level a lot easier. But that's something you'll see in the next video. For now, we're just going to continue to focus down these girls that are trying to shoot at us with various ranged attacks. Although it takes a while for them to actually attack as per the tradition of this game, pretty much. A lot of enemies would be a lot scary if they just attacked immediately, but instead they usually just sort of faff around and just do nothing for a short period of time. And it makes them a lot less scary to deal with, fortunately. And that is entirely okay with me. Makes the entire game a little bit easier, a little bit less of a worrisome experience. And having killed all of those, spawns a bunch of health and armor and all of that. And it spawns a whole bunch of these albinos. And I'm going to take care of these as quickly as possible using our trusty cannon. Or at least I'm going to shoot them all once, and then I'm going to try not to die too much from these clear skeletons. But again, they're just not that terrifying in this game, honestly. And the moment I have the chance, I'm going to try to shoot these guys because they don't have that much health left. I think in lower difficulties, again, they would die in a single cannonball, but because we're playing on serious, they need a little bit more. But we took care of them with relative ease. Absolutely no problem there. And there's a whole bunch of health and armor power-ups in the middle, but it's kind of hard to get to given the rather large amount of enemies that are just spawning all around us. And none of them really spawn directly next to this wall over here. And I feel a little bit safer just being here than actually running to the middle there, because in the middle you would just get surrounded by a lot of stuff simultaneously, and obviously that's not what you want. I should also mention that this is in fact the last part of the level, and once you've just killed enough enemies here, you will just continue to the next level, so you probably don't even have to worry about stuff too much. I do kind of want to get that ammo pack over there, due to the fact that it will make life a little bit easier. But again, I don't really like walking through the middle here. It does spawn a couple of extra power-ups the moment it spawns this wave of enemies over here. And we did that pretty okay, actually. Like, it could have gone a lot worse. And now we just focus down these remaining dudes. Fortunately, we had a large amount of ammo for this gun. You just get a super large amount of ammo for the minigun and the Uzi in this planet in general, and it's just really useful in just about every level, honestly. There is just no level where the minigun isn't useful, due to the fact that it's probably the best ranged weapon we have right now, and it just deals so much damage as well in such a short period of time. And I feel like it shoots less bullets than it does in like the first and second encounter as well. So you can use it a lot longer without having to worry about anything. Arguably, it might be good to save some ammo for this gun for the next level as well, but there is actually quite a large amount of this, like infinitely respawning in that level anyway, due to it being a boss battle. So I'm just going to shoot as much of this as I can and not worry about any of it. I'm just going to kill everyone and just try to survive, honestly. And that's the plan I'm going to be using today. If something does really go wrong, there's always a serious bomb, but I honestly doubt we're going to be needing that at all. And we have plenty of health and armor to take care of these remaining guys. Our minigun ammo is running really low now, so I'm gonna switch out a little bit here. Just use some grenades every now and again, maybe some rockets. Although I do kind of want to use as many rockets as possible for the next level as well. Basically, I want to have every ammo type for the next level, but mostly cannonballs, which I guess I haven't even really honestly used much except for the super strong enemies. But I might as well just do this because there's not that many enemies left. And we seem to be doing pretty okay. So just killing these remaining guys. Shoot some rockets in that direction. Shoot some rockets in that direction. And I think that... Nope, there's still a couple more. It just keeps going. Eventually we'll run out. It just takes a while. Like, we can actually just quite safely just drop anything here because of the low amount that's coming at us at a time. So I think that's it. Is it? Is it? Yeah, I think so. And there we go. And that finishes that. So I hope you enjoyed it so far. And the next time we play, we are going to do level 23, I want to say, which is Clearovsky. And I hope to see you there. Bye bye.